Greetings. I want to update you on our recent officer-involved shooting from April 9th. This incident has been under investigation by the San Juan County Sheriff's Office and the Regional Task Force. The investigation has progressed to the point that we can release the video footage today. The video is limited to the moments before, during, and immediately after the incident. As we do in any case like this, we've coordinated with the San Juan County District Attorney's Office to provide the family the opportunity to see this before it was released. We've released raw footage from the officer's body-worn and dash cameras to news media. You're about to see our incident briefing of the situation as we currently understand it.
Hello, I'm Captain Barrett Crum with the Farmington Police Department, Detective Division. Today I'm talking about an officer-involved shooting that occurred on April 9th, 2022. The information, audio, video, and pictures you're about to see are intended to provide details as we currently understand them about the event. This video may contain strong language and graphic images, which may be disturbing to some people. Viewer discretion is advised. The incident began around 4:50 p.m. when an officer observed 21-year-old Charlie Thompson sitting inside a vehicle in a parking lot near the 1700 block of East 20th Street. The officer recognized Thompson as the suspect of a battery involving 4 juveniles on March 26th in the same location. Thompson had an outstanding felony warrant for that incident. The officer called for other officers to assist him in making contact with Thompson, who was known to carry a firearm. When the officers attempted to contact him, he exited the vehicle holding a gun and began running southbound across 20th Street.
Dorothy, 15 full pursuit. 315. Drop the gun! Drop the gun!
24, did you make that out?
4315, he's got a gun. We're going north. Drop it now!
Copy, going northbound.
Officers followed Thompson until he stopped on Yucca Avenue near Sage Drive. Thompson stopped running and turned to face the officers. Officers tried to de-escalate the situation. Thompson refused to put the weapon down after several requests from the officers. He then moved the gun toward the officers, and 2 of them fired. Officers immediately rendered aid to Thompson and called for paramedics. He was transported to San Juan Regional Medical Center, where he later died from his injuries.
Gun! Drop the gun! Don't do this, man! Drop it! Drop it!
7, 10, 12.
Drop it! Don't do it, man. Don't do it.
41 to the warrant service.
Don't do it.
76.
Drop it.
And heading to define. 48 item.
Or 317, I'm on scene. Yucca and Sage. He's got a gun. Hot zone's gonna be west on Yucca.
Thankfully, no other community members or officers were injured. The officers involved in the incident have been on administrative leave since the shooting, which is standard policy for the Farmington Police Department. This incident is the subject of both an internal and criminal investigation, and it will be reviewed by the 11th Judicial District Attorney's Office when completed.
As I've said before about previous incidents, we're aware that an officer-involved shooting is a significant and emotional event for the community, the police department, and the friends and family of everyone involved. When we look at events such as this, we focus on the officers' actions and what alternatives they had, given the suspect's actions. In this case, Mr. Thompson was confronted by officers and chose to flee while carrying a gun. He ran across a busy street and into a neighborhood. He was a felon with 3 felony warrants out for his arrest for violent actions while armed with a handgun. Given those facts, officers' choices were few. I don't believe they could have just let him run off into the neighborhood and walked away. They did pursue him, caught up with him, and repeatedly tried to get him to drop his weapon. Mr. Thompson did not, faced off with the officers, and eventually raised the gun in the direction of one of the officers. While I'm deeply saddened for Mr. Thompson's family and friends, our officers had few choices, and none of them were good. In the end, I believe their decisions are justified, and I support the actions of the FPD officers in this incident. The Farmington Police Department is committed to being as transparent as possible in critical incidents such as this. We continue to work diligently to release information to our community as quickly as possible, while maintaining the investigation's integrity. The investigation remains active and will be reviewed by the District Attorney's Office, and we appreciate your continued patience. As I told you in my last video, incidents involving police and armed subjects are rising across New Mexico. I continue to ask each of you to reach out to your state legislators and judges about stricter pretrial confinement and sentencing for violent offenders using guns. Accountability and transparency cannot end with law enforcement. We cannot claim to be serious about gun violence as a community when this continues to happen. Thank you.